Hi, my name is Helen and this is my October plot tour. Come and see how the plot is looking. Okay, so here is the first flower bed. I have pruned things and weeded as best I can. So I've cut back the daisy type plant that was flopping everywhere. It had already flowered, and there was more of a I don't know what plant it is, but it's more bushy, so I've cut it down to the ground just here, and so that one will sprout back up nice and big next year. I pruned the roses a little bit as well. Now in this bed is some cabbages that I planted out. They'd been growing in the greenhouse for way too long, so they don't like sitting in their pots, so I've planted them out and hopefully they will survive. I do think the foxes have been walking over this, but it's not too bad. Here are some other cabbages that I planted out probably about a month earlier, and they've really picked up, so I think I only lost, looks like 2 plants in that bed. Okay, of course there's nothing growing here. This is my wood ready for work on the raised beds. These are my leeks. I've been picking the bigger ones as and when I need them, so it does thin out and give room for the smaller ones, but I have kept it netted all the time, and so far I haven't had any problems with them. Look over here, I'd say the fox has been digging around again. At least they haven't made too much mess. Moving on to the remainder of my butternut. I think soon they'll have to come out, but considering how small they were when I picked the massive ones, the last few have actually grown reasonably. You got that one, and then if I come round here, we have one dangling here, and we've got one over here, and a couple of small ones here. So they have sort of survived. In this bed is my Swiss chard. It's getting a bit kind of leggy, but it's still producing, and I haven't sown any more. This was my carrot bed. Now there are some more carrots in there. I'm waiting for them to get a little bit bigger, but I've had quite a few harvests off this year, so I'm pleased. I think next year I need to do 2 beds of carrots, but obviously stagger the sowing times of each bed into maybe thirds or quarters, so that I get a succession of carrots I can crop. These are my parsnips. Now, I have no idea what they look like. I haven't pulled any up yet, and there should be only about 18 in the bed, but we'll see when the weather goes cold enough and I start to pull them up. In this bed, I've already taken out some cabbages. As you can see, they're quite holy, but the hearts of them should be edible. I do struggle to grow cabbages. Here is my Calabrese, and I was going to pull the plants up, but I keep cutting the heads of broccoli, because of course you get smaller ones once you cut the big one off, and it just keeps producing and producing, so it might stay just that little bit longer. This obviously doesn't have anything growing in it yet. And this is where I am piling stuff up at the moment, but hopefully there will be a poly house built eventually. If we go up to the end here, I have all my wood piled on where I had sweet corn growing, so that will be used to build the poly house. This is my Brussels sprouts, and I've actually got some. Okay, the bottom leaves have blown slightly, but apart from all the white fly, I'm pretty pleased with that. These purpley ones, these are calyx. Excuse the white fly. So they're starting to form. So it's a bit like Brussels sprouts, but you actually let the leaves open up on the stalk. So it'll be interesting to see what they taste like. Here is my flower bed that I cut back and pruned that has the pond in it. Looks like I still have leaves to fish out of the pond, but as you can see, although I chopped back some of the flowers quite a lot because they were just kind of flopped over and hadn't had enough room and air, they are bouncing back already. In this bed we have, I guess it's purple sprouting broccoli, which doesn't have enough room, and one of them's flowering. I'll have to take the net off and look more closely. And then I think this is a kale, Tosca di Nero or something like that. So there looks like there's some nice more leaves to harvest. In here used to be the okikori, they are no more. I have planted out my garlic finally, but it looks like the foxes have been stepping across it. But that's the whole point of this netting, to stop them totally destroying everything. The beans have obviously had it, so I need to pull them out. The poor courgette plant. It's saying it's time to die, so I need to pull that out. And I might put my onions in there. This is the strawberry bed that I need to pull out totally. I have at home probably getting on for over 100 strawberry plants now. I've been taking runners, so I have to decide whether I want the same variety as the next strawberry bed or whether I bring down one of the varieties I have at home. So I have plenty of runners I can plant out. Again, I need to pick the last of these beans, and then it'll probably be time to pull it out. This needs a little bit of control because I had 3 rows of strawberries, but obviously it's created runners. And the calendula at the end needs a good deadheading. In this bed, the nasturtiums have gone nuts again. Here, it might look a bit weedy, but we actually have some swede. See, that one's quite good. And over there, you've got some more of them growing. So, I'm gradually harvesting those. The cosmos is still trying to flower. It doesn't want to give up yet. The next bed It looks sad. This is my tayberries, and I haven't yet pruned out the old canes and tied in the new. I also haven't pulled off the vine weeds, that's the dead stuff you can see. And those two, I think that's runners from the cherry tree that I need to cut right back and try and discourage growing. Just past there is the dwarf cherry tree. You can see all of these long bits are from the tayberry. I need to prune a little bit and tidy up the currants. This is my autumn fruiting raspberries, and I transplanted a few that I dug up from another bed, so I hope that they take. At the end there, that little white cosmos, it wants to continue to grow. Here is my summer fruiting raspberries, and I noticed that there's actually some fruit over there. So I'm hoping that this crazy weather we're having doesn't mean that it doesn't actually fruit next year, because it's already fruited this autumn when it shouldn't have, but we'll see. And this area, this is where I might take out these red currants and have more of a seating area here, just to relax in between digging sessions. And that's my maximum and minimum thermometer. So at the moment I think it's about 15 degrees, and that is my whole plot. So that's my whole plot. It's still a work in progress. It's not where I want it to be yet, but it's a whole lot better than it used to be. So I'm learning to do a little bit and often. I hope in between the rain showers and the windy storms that you can manage to get some work done on your plot, or get it all well prepared for the spring. I've still got some sieving of the main compost heap to do to help do a top dressing on these beds, but that can only be done when it's not too wet, so we'll see. Thank you for watching. Bye.